Hello and welcome to episode 17 of the Altius Images Drone Positive podcast. I'm Todd Dudley and I'm the founder and director of Altius Images. As a drone pilot, the negative press that drones receive annoys me no end. This podcast is trying to change the negative public perception of our multi-roted friends, one positive story at a time. There are plenty of stories out there that show just how amazing drones can be, and I will be bringing you one of those stories each week. So let's fly into some positivity and see just how amazing drones are. It's been a little while since we recorded an episode of Drone Positive, so firstly I'd like to say welcome back, and I hope that you're all well. It's been a strange few months, and we're back in lockdown again in the UK, but hopefully we are through the worst of it. Today, we're not so much focusing on a single positive example of drone use, but instead a very positive step that has been taken by the UK government to support the drone industry in general. The government have announced that there is £33.5 million worth of funding available for groundbreaking aviation projects solving major global challenges. These global challenges include the coronavirus pandemic and climate change, and the project will create hundreds of new jobs across the UK. This time a week ago, last Monday, 20 winning ideas were announced to receive funding, with a further 28 to be announced in the coming weeks. These 20 will receive a share of £7 million worth of funding, ranging from the development of drones capable of delivering COVID-19 medical supplies to remote areas, to technology to enable remote inspections of infrastructure and construction sites, removing the need for workers to potentially be put at risk. The funding, backing the aviation technologies of the future, comes at a critical time for the industry, with winners demonstrating pioneering ways they are responding and adapting to the challenges posed by issues including climate change and the coronavirus pandemic. Business and Industry Minister Nadhim Zahawi said, "As the UK leads the way in the aviation revolution, these bold proposals showcase the pioneering spirit of the UK's aerospace and aviation industries in solving global issues and those facing us here in the UK. Today we have announced over £7 million worth of funding for projects across the country which demonstrate how using the latest and most cutting-edge aviation technologies can step up our response to the coronavirus pandemic, help us build back better, and cement our well-earned reputation for research and development excellence while creating hundreds of new jobs." So clearly something that the Business and Industry Minister is very excited about and thinks it is a great step to take for the UK. Transport Minister Rachel Maclean said, "The UK is already a world leader when it comes to innovation in aviation, and this funding will allow us to carry on supporting the extraordinary work taking place right across the country. Innovation delivers real change, and our support for dynamic ideas in this exciting sector means we are now seeing real-life solutions, like the drone delivery of COVID-19 medical supplies, for challenges such as public health and climate change." It is so exciting to see drones being used in such practical ways and to be given the support that they need. The £33.5 million investment comes from the Future Flight Challenge, which aims to increase mobility, reduce reliance on road travel, thereby improving road congestion, and increase UK manufacturing opportunities. Last week, the first wave of 20 winners were announced, with more projects to be announced in the coming weeks. Of these 20, 9 projects are focused on developing technology to aid the response to the coronavirus pandemic. This includes the development of unmanned drones to deliver medication, reducing human contact and, consequently, transmission of the virus. Advances in alternative green energy sources to power aircraft, including hydrogen and electricity, are also a key feature of some of the winning proposals. A few of the most exciting projects include Dr. Dock, which is based in Cardiff, which is developing a pilot project to deliver goods between Bristol and Cardiff using a hydrogen-powered electric aircraft. Napkin, which is based in Greater London, focuses on paving the way for low and zero-carbon short-haul flights for passengers around the UK. Aviation Limited, based in Essex, is creating and building a drone to deliver medical supplies like COVID-19 blood and swab tests between NHS hospitals and labs in response to the pandemic. This protects key NHS staff and the wider public from coronavirus transmission. The Light Aircraft Company Limited, based in Norfolk, will integrate electric propulsion into the existing aircraft to enable electric flight of small aircraft. Wind Racers Distributed Avionics, which is a company we've mentioned before on the podcast, who are based in Southampton and Bristol, will develop swarming technology, an approach to coordinate multiple robots to allow multiple drones to fly in close formations and work together to provide humanitarian aid or fight fires. And Drone Prep Limited, Consortic Limited and Wind Racers Limited, based in Cornwall and the Isle of Scilly, will use unmanned aerial vehicles to deliver critical PPE and COVID-19 testing kits to vulnerable rural communities in Cornwall and the Isle of Scilly. Last week's announcement is part of a wider support for the aviation and aerospace industries. The UK has a world-leading aerospace sector, generating well-paid jobs and suitable growth across the country, And the government is continuing to support the industry and their aviation customers with over £9.5 billion in research and development grants, loans and guarantees. So amazing news for the drone industry in the UK, with the government truly backing it and clearly wanting it to form a big part of our future. For the full story and a full list of those 20 winners so far, check the link in the description of the podcast. That does it for this week of Drone Positive. It is great to be back and back with a bang with an amazing story, which really gets me excited about the future of the drone industry in the UK. Please do get in touch with us on social media. We are at Altius Images on Twitter and Instagram, and you can find us easily enough by searching Altius Images on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube and TikTok. All of the links for our channels are down below, so do please reach out. We'd love to hear from you. If you haven't listened to our Droning On series, in which we interview other people in the drone industry, go back in our feed and look out for those episodes, as they're well worth a listen. In fact, the last episode in our feed before this one was a Droning On episode with Ash Hartwell from Quadrilax Drones in Weston-super-Mare, so go and have a listen to him. Thank you so much for listening, guys. It is great to be back. Please subscribe to and share the podcast so that we can spread our positivity as far and wide as possible. We will see you next Monday for episode 18 of the Drone Positive podcast. But for now, fly safe and stay safe, folks. Bye-bye.
Hey!